Hey folks, Washita iyatee. So, I'll try and make another point here. I just got done making that dead man. Got a piece of Mookite here. This is really probably too big for what I want to do, but we'll see how it goes. I think we'll start with some indirect. I could have done better staying in frame on that dead man point. I don't think I was completely out of frame, but for just a few seconds. But ideally, obviously, you want to be in the center of the frame. Pretty thick. For a piece this small. Get the square edge off of it. And I went on a bit of a tangent about the the people in the trash, but you know, that's what you get from me, all raw. If you don't want to know what I'm thinking, then you probably shouldn't watch. Or listen to me, because I'm definitely not afraid to tell you what I'm thinking. Even things I shouldn't say. Got a cold going on still. This is a number 3 flexi stick. You guys can probably hear my wife's tumbler over there going. It's really not that loud if you're sitting here, but I really noticed it on the video. But I've been putting them out in front of the weather shop. It has pretty cold weather, and I don't want to stuff to freeze up or something. Yeah, great big old hands right there. Come from this other side. So I was looking at a couple of points to make, and one of those is the Washita, and the Washita Pinto. And they are an Oklahoma, Texas point. Arkansas as well. If y'all aren't trying Indirect, you really ought to think about giving it a go. I think I'm going to do some pressure. One of these days when I'm really feeling on, I'm going to try a tribute point. It's going to take the right, this is a tribute point, and this is out of the Spiral Mounds. We're going to be taking a field trip to the Spiral Mounds also. This tribute point, this was dug there. And I don't know if you can tell how thin that is, but it's literally paper thin. It's not straight, but it's also flaked all the way across, and that thin, which is just incredible that it didn't break. I don't know that I can make one this thin. I probably can't, but I'm gonna at least try and get the form right and try and get it somewhat thin anyways. But that right there is, I mean, I don't know how thin that is, but 1/8 of an inch or something maybe. Might not even be that thick. It's incredibly thin. Let's see. Oh, here we go. These Washita points, the barbs are like more than a third, around halfway up the point. Some of them are even higher than that. So the notches are just a side notch point. The base on the regular Washita is flat. Some of them are a little bit convexed. But the only difference between the Washita and the Washita Pinto is the Pinto's got a concave base. Kino. Talked to someone the other day and they were talking about naming the star. and that's pretty cool. Naming a star is cool, but I don't know how you get on the list of naming arrowhead. I guess they've probably all been named by now, but if I had my druthers between naming a star and naming a arrowhead, I'd rather name an arrowhead. I was also thinking about the whole star thing, and boy, that's a kind of a racket. No one owns the stars. And somehow or another they managed to sell the opportunity to name them. I don't know how all that works. Is it a government agency or is it a private company that lets you to name them? How do you know you're not naming a star that someone else already named? You know what I mean? Do you get a discount if you name one that's already named? It's like buying a used vehicle. Maybe people trade in their stars for other stars. I don't know how that works. People go somewhere to pay to name their stars, so must be a, I don't know if there's like a new star lot on one side and a used star lot on the other. Maybe they're all new stars. Maybe there's enough stars that they don't need to sell used stars. Maybe that's a thing. Probably having a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale on stars right now. All right. It's plenty thin enough. Does have fairly straight, well, you know what, some of those are really crazy. We'll regularize the edge and see where we're at here. I'm gonna probably make a couple points tomorrow morning also. I gotta make a point for the rock resource lithic connection Facebook group for their 12 days of Christmas giveaway they do every year on there. So I'm gonna donate some points, and or at least a point, and probably some set of these Mike Tough pressure flakers, hand flakers. So none of them have a definitely need to flatten it off some. Probably make the Washita point this time, and then we'll make a Washita Washita Pinot point. Next, or on another occasion or something. I don't know. I'm not sure when we'll make it, but see, now the notches on these things are like way up here. I do think that straighten the sides a little bit more. The ones I'm looking at here, most of them are very triangular in shape. Edges are pretty straight. A little finer Mike Tough hand flaker here. If you're not familiar with the Mike Tough flakers, this is the three-piece set. So you have a finer nail, much coarser nail, and then you have the notching tool booger picker, and they're very affordable. And they pretty much got everything that you need. Not much you can't do with that three-piece set. don't see where any of them are. Have big serrations or any of that. One of them kind of got some craziness. I'll show that to you guys here in just a few. Okay, so we're gonna put our notches in, and I'll get this up real quick. As y'all can see here, the notches are really high, and that one's well over halfway. They're all really high, and this is the Washita Pinos. They're got a real concave base. Now that one's got a little bit of a concave base, so does this one, but that's what they say differentiates the Washita Pinot from the Washita, is the base, the concavity in the base. So we're going to do this one, and we're going to put the notches about halfway, I guess, and it's going to be some simple notches. We'll do that now, and then we'll be done. I'm going to sharpen this up. I say this every time when you're using these, and you guys see me crunching the notches with these, and you also see me using it like this and pushing in with my leg. And maybe we'll do a video that just focuses on that at some point. Well, I like to keep them really sharp. And let's see, how high are we gonna make these dudes? I'm thinking way up here. So the halfway mark is about right here somewhere. Maybe just a hair below halfway. Something like that right there. That would be good. They weren't real deep notched or any of that. And I'm not sure what the point was of having the notches that high or what, but must have been some reason why they were doing it. Why is it that I always want it just a little bit deeper? And that's usually when something catastrophic happens. That one I could pop out again, no problem. This one, I'm not sure. I got a little bit on it. I think that's it. I think we're good. Anyways, the Washita point. This is bigger than those examples, about like these here. And I'm not sure how big they were. I don't think they were all that big. Pretty small, really. But I'm not sure if we're still in the realm here or not. We're actually a little bit longer than these here. But I'm not going to mess with it. I could take some of this base down just a little bit. Should I do that? Or just leave it? Look how high up that is. And they're just kind of blocky in the back. Although I think that could have came in a little bit. Let me change this just a little bit here. That's a little bit better. That's not so square now. Yep, not quite a square now. It's got some angle to the base, which these also have. You see they're angled, and I had mine square. Although there is some that are pretty square, but not as square as what I had it. Well, actually, that one right up here. Let me zoom out a little bit. This one up here is perfectly square. But I think it looks better like that. It's a good looking point. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So, alright, well, I appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch you on the next one, and y'all keep napping.